Hello, welcome back to Easy Click Learning. Today I'll show you 5 powerful drop-down lists in Excel from basic to advanced that will save you hours. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our employee data set. We have 20 employees with details like ID, name, department, salary, and joining date. Right now, the department column is open for manual entry, which can cause errors, like mistyped department names. We want to create a drop-down for the department column. Select cells from C2 to C21, where department names will be entered. Now, go to the Data tab. And in the Data Tools group, click Data Validation. In the Data Validation dialog box, under Allow, choose List. This tells Excel that only values from a predefined list are allowed. Next, in the source box, select the department list. I'll select that range. Finally, click OK. And now you'll see a drop-down arrow in each cell from C2 to C21.
Let's start with a clean, structured dataset. In column A, we've listed the main categories. Our countries, USA and Canada. Next, each country has its own list of states or provinces, organized neatly under separate headers. And finally, we've broken it down one step further, listing the cities under each corresponding state. Now the magic begins. Let's name our ranges the smart way. Instead of manually naming each list, we'll use one of Excel's most powerful time savers, Create from Selection. First, hold down Control and select your entire dataset. Make sure you include the headers at the top. Then, head over to the Formulas tab and click Create from Selection. In the pop-up window, choose Top Row. This tells Excel to name each column based on the header in the first row. Click OK and boom! Excel instantly generates all the named ranges for you. Need to double-check? Head to the Formulas tab and open Name Manager. Here, you can view, edit, or delete any named ranges Excel created. Important tip here, Excel does not allow spaces in named ranges. So instead of writing British Columbia, you'll need to name it British_Columbia. Now, let's build our very first dynamic dropdown. Head over to the drop-down sheet and click on cell A2. This is where our country selector will live. Navigate to the Data tab on the ribbon. Then click on Data Validation. In the Settings tab, set the Allow field to List. Now here's a pro tip. Instead of manually typing your source, just press F3. This opens up the list of named ranges we created earlier. Select the country range from the list. Click OK, and boom, your country dropdown is ready. Smooth, clean, and fully dynamic. Next, we'll create a dependent dropdown for states. Click on cell B2. Go to the Data Validation. Choose List. In the source box, type =, indirect. Select the A2 cell and close the formula. Finally, click OK. This tells Excel to look for a range named after whatever country is selected in A2. Test it by selecting USA in A2. Shows California, Texas, and New York in B2. Finally, let's add a third dependent dropdown for cities. Click on cell C2. Go to the Data Validation. Choose List. In the source box, type =, indirect. Select the B2 cell. And click OK. Now, if you choose Canada, then Quebec. Your cities will be Montreal, Quebec City, Laval. Now, simply drag the fill handle down to instantly apply the dependent dropdown to multiple rows. If a dropdown shows blank, double-check that your named ranges match exactly. No extra spaces. And remember, names can't start with numbers or have spaces. Want this to work across a bigger form? Simply apply the same logic to multiple rows using Excel tables or VBA for dynamic rows.
In our sheet, column A has the customer name. Here I've added Ethan Parker. Column B is where we'll record each order. And in column E, we've listed the menu items: pizza, burger, sandwich, salad, pasta, and coffee. Now, let's add the drop-down menu for the order column. Select cells B2 to B7. Go to the Data tab. Click Data Validation. Under Allow, choose List. For the source, select the menu items in column E. Now click OK to create drop-down. Great! Now column B has a drop-down with all our food items. But right now, we can only pick one at a time. Let's fix that. Here's the magic part, making it multi-select without VBA. In column C, we'll use the text join function. In cell C2, type equals text join. Open parenthesis. Text join combines multiple values into one cell. The first argument is the delimiter that simply tells Excel what to place between each item. In my case, I'll type a comma inside quotation marks, followed by a space. That way, instead of all the items sticking together, you'll see a neat list separated by commas. But here's the cool part, you can change this to anything like a dash, a slash, or even the word "and" depending on how you want it to look. The second argument is a logical value, it tells Excel whether to ignore empty cells. If you type true, Excel skips any blanks and keeps your output clean, with no extra commas hanging around. If you type false, it includes the blanks, which usually makes the result messy. So, true is the smart choice here. Finally, the last argument defines the range of cells you want Excel to combine. In this example, I'll use B2 through B7. Once that's set, close the formula. Hit enter and just like that. Now, if Ethan chooses pizza, burger, sandwich, salad, pasta, and coffee, cell C2 instantly shows all selections. Want a cleaner look? Put each choice on its own line right inside the same cell. Just update the formula. Chart 10 tells Excel to put each item on a new line, instead of separating them with a delimiter. Then, turn on Wrap Text in column C. All inside a single cell, clean and professional.
First, set up your data list. In our example, we have a list of departments in column A. This list may grow or change over time, and that's exactly why we want it to be dynamic. Next, let's create a dynamic named range using a formula. First, go to the Formulas tab. Click on Name Manager. Then click on New. Name it something like Department List. In the Refers to box, enter this formula. This formula automatically adjusts to include all items in column A, starting from cell A2. No need to update the range every time you add a new department. It's especially useful when making dynamic drop-down lists. Let's look at each part. The offset function returns a range that starts from a reference cell and shifts a certain number of rows and columns, then extends the size by height and width. Sheet 1A2. This is the starting reference point for the range. The dollar signs make it an absolute reference, so it won't move if the formula is copied elsewhere. Here, 0 tells Excel to stay in the same row and column as A2. Now, the count A function. This is the most important part. It dynamically sets the number of rows in the range. This part counts all non-empty cells in column A, including the header. We subtract 1 to exclude the header in A1. And 1 defines how many columns the range will cover. Click OK to create your name range. Now select the cell where you want the drop-down list, say C2. Go to the Data tab. Click Data Validation. Then choose List. Now go to the source field. Press F3 from your keyboard. Choose your name range. Click OK, and that's it. You now have a drop-down list that updates automatically as you add or remove departments in column A. Let's try it out. I'll type legal and support at the bottom of the department list. Now, when I click the drop-down in C2, the new entries are already there. That's the power of a formula-based dynamic list. We'll start with a simple data set of popular fruits. In column A, fruit names. And in column B, corresponding images for each fruit. Make sure the images are properly sized to fit within the cells. Now let's add our drop-down list. Head over to cell D2. Click on the Data tab. Choose Data Validation. Under Allow, select List. In the source box, highlight your fruit names from column A. Then click OK. And there you have it. A drop-down list is now active in cell D2, ready to drive dynamic image updates. Now it's time for the magic, making the image change automatically based on the selected item from the drop-down list. First, head over to the Formulas tab. Then click on Name Manager. Choose New. For the name, let's call it something like Image. Now, in the Refers to box, enter the following formula. So what exactly does this do? Let me break it down. The match function looks at the value in D2 and searches for it in the fruit name list, which is A2 to A6. If your selection is strawberry and it's in cell A3, then match returns 2 because A3 is the second item in that range. Next, the index function uses that result and pulls the corresponding image from the range B2 to B6. That means, if you choose strawberry in the dropdown, Excel fetches the image next to it and displays it dynamically. Now, click OK to save the named range. Here's the fun part, linking images that change based on your selection. Select the image next to mango and copy it by pressing Ctrl+C. Now go to cell E2, right-click, and choose Paste as linked picture. It may appear blurry. Don't worry, we'll fix that next. To make the image change dynamically, we'll use a clever trick. First, select the image that you previously pasted as a linked picture. Then, click inside the formula bar. Type in =, followed by the name of the dynamic image range you created. Finally, press Enter. Let's test it out. Change the fruit name in cell D2. Boom! The image updates instantly. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your Excel-loving friends, and subscribe to Easy Click Learning for more smart spreadsheet tricks. Thanks for watching.